Computer. All right, welcome. I'm excited to this is our first Shed and Shine call. And right now I know I've got Sharon Massey on here, and I will be recording this and sharing this with you ladies. We for now we'll do Mondays at 11, and then we'll kind of go from there. Let me see if I there. I need to see what my video is doing, and I think we're okay. I have, first of all, I'm excited because this is a real fun group of ladies that have the same goals and stuff. And you're jumping in on a challenge that is about weight loss. I like to say we're shedding the cells that hold the toxins because that's really more about what it's about. And so I want to make sure that you understand but there's more to it. One of the things about, let's see, well, about myself. So some of you don't know me. My name is Cheryl Moody, and I grew up in Southern California. I met my husband in college out west, and we lived in Vegas for about 20 years. And we moved out to Kentucky, where my husband grew up in 2008 permanently. We had been coming back and forth for a few years, but we permanently moved out here in 2008 to the Lexington area. And just before COVID, coincidentally, about 3.5 years ago, we moved down to a wonderful city called Lancaster, Kentucky, or as many others would say, Lancaster. In California, that's what we say. Lancaster, Kentucky, and we love it so, so much. We do have a farm. We have 150 acres with Angus beef, about 10 minutes from our actual home. We have three huge dogs, three Great Pyrenees. We have chickens and a donkey and a cat. Anyways, and they're all spread out. Like the cows and the donkey are on the farm, the dogs and chicken and the cat are at our house. And our daughter, our youngest at home, is just turned 12. She dances with Lexington Ballet and is homeschooled, and we do a few other things, and that's wonderful. I love, first of all, being a mom. I love being my husband's wife. I love doing a lot of things we do. We face a lot of challenges, as everybody. So as we go through this challenge and you face challenges, this is the right group because we all have and do face challenges, and openly so. And so we know that that affects being able to pay attention to us. And I can vouch for that 110%. And you'll see that as we go through this challenge. What is this challenge and why? And I'm the mother of six for living, and I have 8 grandchildren. 9 is on the way. I'm super excited. So all about it all. We've done it all. Athletically or physically, I've always been, I really faced, I grew up in Southern California, and I really faced a lot of body image issues. I didn't really understand it, except for that I had to be skinny. I had to, and like, just strange things. Like, I look back, I'm like, why did I think that about myself? But I'm about 5'8.5", and I've always been really thin because I thought that that's what I had to be until I moved to Kentucky. And there was a really nice shift in myself. I relaxed, started to feel good about wherever I was at. At the time, our daughter Catherine was 1. But then 4 years later, I had our daughter Elizabeth. So body changes and stuff, and I didn't sweat it as much as I used to. I did work out. I don't work out very much. I physically work a lot. I clean our Airbnbs, fix them up, and also do remodeling work and stuff like that. So I'm physically on the go all the time. And I work outside and stuff. So I physically do move, but I don't go to the gym. And that's a big shift for me in the last 4 years or so, but it's fine. I'm totally happy. So we will cover all of it if that helps. I heard about, I think it's called 75 Hard. It's either 57 hard or 75 hard, you guys. But it's a challenge that people partake in, and they read 5 pages a day. They do these 5 tasks, and it's supposed to help you get physically healthier. Movement is involved, and drinking lots of water and so forth. And then I heard about it when I heard a group of women talking about how they use that same idea to help build relationships and build their businesses, their entrepreneurs. And I thought, I really like that. And I've been thinking about it for several months now, kind of like percolating. And I like the idea of the physical part, but I also don't like the idea if the core of it that resonated with me actually was the connection part. Because that's what's been missing. The emotional side, the positivity is what's been missing in my goals. And I thought, most everybody I know has the same issue with staying with it or feeling good about their bodies or accepting their body as it is. About 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, my husband found this book. And he lived in France for a couple of years, so he was attracted to this book by a French doctor, Dr. Pierre Ducan, as he would say, but we'd say Ducan. And he started reading it. And he goes, I think I want to do this. And he started citing the reasons. And I said, okay, I'll join you. And I was just along for the ride. Well, in the first month, I lost 30 pounds. And I needed to lose the 30 pounds. I did. And so it felt good, felt really, really good. So let's talk a little bit about that. Well, and so that is why I included that as my suggestion. So I've got the screen up right here. And this is a post in it's the Merciful Essentials VIP Wellness Tribe, which I'm opening up to anybody that's doing this challenge with us. And the reason for that is because I'd like to post all this healthy stuff in here for future reference. So you can refer friends and they can join us here. You can you go to the top here where you see the members and go over here to invite. And just go ahead and let them know you're inviting them so they can accept the invitation. Okay, so here are the things that kind of match the idea of the 75 hard idea for the physical side of things. So read 5 pages a day, preferably nonfiction. Guess what? This is nonfiction. And then also Dr. Pierre Ducant has the softer version of it, which is the 7 steps. And he talks about that in here. I was reading a little bit of his information, and I will put some of those quotes in this group as we go. Have an account. So we read 5 pages a day, have an accountability partner. Now you could make this like our get together, your accountability partner. That'd be awesome. So you're welcome to do that. Or you can invite a friend and you guys work together. And all that I ask is that periodically you comment on your progress in this group. Comment under a post or something that comes up and you share a story as we go in this group, because this group will be a future reference for yourself, for your friends, and for other people who might be battling to try to reboot their metabolic system, right? Shed and Shine Wellness Call, that's us, that's here. So we are doing this at least, we'll do it on Mondays at 11. It will be recorded. If Tuesday's better, let me know, because I have another challenge that's minus the physical side. It's very service oriented, and that is called Widow's Might. And you can combine the two. If you want to participate in both, you can combine the two. You'll see there's a natural fit here. And that's what's next. You can include them here. Hold on a second. You can include them here. I'll be posting all the Zoom recordings here. I'll send them out to each of you that are participating also individually. I will be, pray for one person. So if you need help understanding how to pray, or you want to feel better about how you pray, please don't hesitate to ask. I am happy to help with that. It's something natural for me in my life. I've been through a whole heck of a lot, and prayer is something very common for me. It's very centering for me, and we can talk more about your options there. Send an actual card in the mail for the person you're praying for or thinking of. And there is a key component to this, and we'll talk further about that. Like in each of these calls, I'll probably pick one of these things and like how and why, and give you some background information on research. But sending an actual card in the mail makes a huge difference. How many of you are so sad that we're away from getting cards? It's just an interesting thing. Connection, we are wired to connect, and we are physiologically wired to connect, let alone just spiritually. So it's a thing. And so this really gives us an opportunity that while we're shifting in our physical health, we are also shifting in a healthier way emotionally. And that is one of the key factors that is usually missing. Now, participate in your choice of a weight loss program. I encourage Dr. Duquesne's diet, and here's the reason why. What we found is that I call it the 5-30-75. The first 5 days is a solid concentration on shed. It's a reboot, and that's really important. Most of the time, our metabolic system is off by about the time we're 35. And so we're like, oh my gosh. And all things can happen. Stress, moves, job changes, having children, trauma, lots of things can happen that really cause our metabolic system to just be off. And that shows up a lot in how we then gain weight like we didn't used to, and so forth. And or how we view the world like we used to, like, like we used to see it through this lens of positivity, and now very skeptical, all these things. That will definitely affect your metabolic system. Your metabolic system is important for every function of everything going on for you, hormonally, muscle, fat retention, toxic retention, cleaning out your body, the things you don't need so you don't have toxicity in your body, mental health. It affects everything. So we're going to really work on that, and that's super exciting. And we'll talk a lot about it so that you can get comfortable and really understand. I am recommending you use the MetaPower Advantage. And this I recommend for a couple of reasons. I'm going to pull this out and show you what I'm talking about. Have any in there? Hold on. My computer bag. I'm gonna pull out my cards. These are my cards to address to people. I've got some ideas already of some people this week I've been thinking about. So this is what I do. I've got cards and stamps, and then it makes it easier for me to figure out who I'm going to work for sending a card to. Okay, MetaPower Advantage. This is MetaPower Advantage. It's a packet. And there are 9 sustainable natural collagens in here. Completely natural. And amazingly, there's a natural NMN. And with the natural NMN in here, this is going to help with the connections or the responses of your body. It will help actually how do I say this? I mean, when we studied mental health issues with our son, all the wiring of our brain and stuff can get shifted, can get off when we have mental illness. This helps with that. I'm sorry, I've got a very dry throat. MetaPower Advantage helps with, so it's got 9 collagens that are focused on 9 different things in the body. So you've got, you know how we talk about collagen, we talk about skin. So that's why I said right off the bat, it will help tighten skin. As we lose weight, one of the things that depressed me was I wasn't as young. It didn't depress me. It just made me like, why? My skin wasn't shrinking back, and I was a little bit discouraged, right? And so this is a key. I've been using this since September, well, really October 1st, and I love this. And several of you are using MetaPower Advantage already. That will be really helpful. I suggest if you are brand new to using MetaPower Advantage that you actually use half a packet in the morning for about 3 or 4 days, and you put it in water and you shake it or stir it. You can use a whisk and drink it. It's a lemon orange flavor. I don't really care what it tastes like as long as it does the job. So that's me. But it doesn't bother me at all. And this will help. We'll talk more about that. And then we have actively move for 20 minutes a day. So just moving. I included some short videos. Elizabeth was having a blast finding all these videos, these workout videos when we were hanging out, getting ready for her ballet stuff. And it's actually pretty easy to find on YouTube, like just 10-minute, 15-minute videos on stretching or yoga or Pilates or core work or whatnot. And if you find something really great, go ahead and share it in this group. I'm all about it. I think that it's a wonderful thing to share that. So I go into, let's see if I can, this is the welcome to the Shed and Shine. And then what I've done on here to help you out is I've created guides. And we're going to go down to guide number 4, Shed and Shine. And in this guide, you can just, most of you received the invitation to join with this video I made haphazardly, you guys. I was like, I just got to get this done and really get it out. So I made this for everybody to give kind of an overview. And then this gives the simple steps and some basics on why. And then here's some videos. And then here is some information on Dr. Dukan's diet. And I thought that I had put the Zoom call on here. Oh, yes. No. So I'm going to make sure, I'm going to go back. I'm going to refresh this and see if that's on there. I want to make sure you guys have Zoom call. Yep. Okay, the Zoom call is actually on the first thing. I'm just going to put it down here so that it's in order, kind of. So you've got the Zoom call on there. So look under the guides. The 4th guide is the one that you want for Shed and Shine. Okay. All right. Now, are there any questions so far? One of the things that I recommend when you send a card and you're just going to, you just get a set of cards and then just get a book of stamps so it's on hand. I do have on here, I believe, let me see. Under files, no. I'm going to see if I have your, I'm going to add on here then. This is what I'm going to add. I'm going to add on here a, spreadsheet. And I'm going to add on a spreadsheet. I'll change this one up and I'll add a spreadsheet on here so that you can put names down and you can keep track of who you're sending cards to. And you can just like start putting names in. What I did was I just took a bunch of names of people in my life and I just went ahead and listed them. And then I've just kind of added as I go. And then on there, I put that that I've sent a card and what day. I put on there if I've done something for somebody, like served them. That's something that I wanted to add. And so those are just some things I've done. We're on the Zoom call. Okay, so start to relax. Okay, so you can see this is super simple. And I'm going to, I think, stop sharing. I'll leave it here. I'm going to show you something. So on here, I also added, there's a video right here about the MetaPower Advantage. Well, it's about the whole MetaPower system. It is through doTERRA. I am a distributor of doTERRA, as are several. This is a group of people in here that have already been introduced to MetaPower. So if you're new to it, I would suggest watching this video so you get more information, and then get with the person that recommended you, because they're familiar, at least to some degree, with doTERRA's history and with their essential oils, with their natural products, hair care, skincare, blah, blah, all that. And we'd love to have you. But I'm going down here. This is what I want to show you. As you adjust your metabolic system, you will find your glucose levels evening out. One of the things that I've watched people go through is the fear of what in the world is happening to my body as they're getting healthier. When we cleanse, our blood sugar spikes and stuff. We got to drink a lot of water. But the glucose goddess on here, she is on Instagram, and she has really, really, really good information on what spikes your glucose. The more you spike your glucose, the more you have spikes, and the more often and the less regulated they are, the more likely they're finding you get Alzheimer's, let alone diabetes and so forth. So it also ages us a lot faster to have the spikes. And those spikes can come from anything. The spikes, I thought was really interesting. The article that I quoted here, that I took a screenshot of and put here, was, this is just stress. This isn't even food, right? Stressful meeting, regular meeting. So you spike and then it drops and you're worn out. Makes total sense. I've been there and I'm there a lot. So this is something I'll be working on, because this can contribute to really serious health issues. And so that was really good to know. So keeping it super simple, there are a couple of tasks that we're doing. And in doing those tasks, we are going to work on reading 5 pages a day, nonfiction. We're going to have an accountability partner, and that could be us. We have our weekly call. We're going to pray for one person every day and send an actual card in the mail for that person. And this is a little bit of a stretch, and that is good. That's like exercising, right? We're exercising our connections. We want to not duplicate, if possible, sending a card to somebody. But here's the thing. I could set down like strict rules, but why? Because what if that one person today, 40 days from now, could really use the benefit of your connection again in a card, and you want to send a card? I'm not here to tell you not to do that, but it would be best for quite a while, for several months, to make it not the same person every day. And you'll be surprised what happens. Send an actual card in the mail that you're praying for. Now, I was going to say, they have these little seeds. You could slide something like this into the card. You can slide a couple stickers into the card. You could slide, an invitation to something. You could slide a little picture or a quote or scripture or I don't know. Like there's all these things that you can slide in that can be sent that don't cost extra. Now, if you want to do more than a card, of course you can. Participate in your choice of a weight loss program. Dr. Duchov's diet is phenomenal. It will help reboot your metabolism. It will set you on course for a real steady, long-term maintenance program. It has actually changed my view and understanding of food. He, well, when you read the book, you'll find out he was a neuroscience. I think it was a neuroscience. Let me look in here really quick. Um, I want to get this right. I'll start off. When I was a very young doctor, I practiced general medicine in, I know I won't say this right in French, Montparnasse area in Paris, while also specializing in neurology for paraplegic children in Gare, just outside the capital. At that time, one of my patients was an obese, jovial, and tremendously cultivated publisher whom I treated regularly for a very trying case of asthma. One day he came to see me, and once he was seated comfortably in an armchair that creaked under his weight, he said, "Doctor, I have always been satisfied with your treatment. I trust you. I have come to see you today because I want you to make me lose weight." um, so he was a well-practiced doctor at the time that he started doing his research. This is a long time ago. So that's why I recommend him, because he's taking some real long-term experience and applying this to these books, and they are for long-term results. So one of the keys here is that we are going to shed and shine inside and out. And when we shed and shine, like we shed our toxic cells and we're cleansing, drinking lots of water. He talks about that and the benefits to your heart in losing weight. Your heart's going to work really hard. You don't need to do heavy duty workouts because your body's going to be working very hard to make sure that we're rebooting, that we're getting it going. And but lots of water is going to make a big difference, right? Participate, let's see. Using the MetaPower Advantage, I'm just going to say it does shrink the skin. I can't believe my body composition really improved. My waistline, my chest, my buttocks, my arms, everything. And then if you are doing a little bit of a workout, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, whatever actual workout like push-ups and stuff, but moving for 20 minutes a day, you're going to find that the MetaPower Advantage actually enhances those workouts or that time that you move, and then actively move for 20 minutes a day. If you miss a day, the idea is that you start over, because you need to build these habits. There's a book called Atomic Habits that I highly recommend. Let's see if I have it here. I don't have it right here. Atomic Habits is a phenomenal book. And it is, let's see, I've got it on my Audible. I was going to see if I had it in that bag. I've got it on Audible here. And I listened to it while I was doing some construction work. And so I totally recommend it. It talks about, the author is phenomenal with his research and conversation about habits. And he doesn't go, "Oh my gosh, change all your habits." He says just one little thing a day. That's why these things are like one little thing a day. If you have all the cards and stamps ready, like sending out a card isn't, like, it shouldn't take an hour, right? It should take, a couple minutes. Library. In this library, let me see, Atomic Habits. So Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits, oh, here we go. I don't know if you can see this. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Clear. And so I recommend that as one of your nonfictions for sure, because it'll back up this idea of the little simple habits. I know every single person that has said that they're really interested in Shed and Shine 50, 30, 75 is a busy person. So I didn't want to make this like huge. I literally for this call got to this house that I've got to work on and jumped on. And so like I understand completely and I want you to understand that your time is valuable to me as much as anything. So I want to make sure that we talk about things of substance. I will be sharing things of substance in the group. I won't be oversharing and I'll be looking for inspiration on what we talk about. If you need something, I really want you to ask. Either comment on a post and I'll get to it. I will check the Facebook group at least once a day. Go ahead or message me. I will check my messages. I usually check them a couple times a day. Or text me, even better, even better. If you need my phone number, message me. You can totally have my phone number and you can just text me with questions. But would be really beneficial as a whole, group of us working together to create this great change and shift in vibe and in feeling, is to go ahead and post your questions and thoughts and have that interaction here in the Facebook group. Not everybody's on Facebook, so I just want to give the caveat. There is no perfectionism allowed. If you struggle with perfectionism, I highly recommend Brene Brown's Daring Greatly. Best book that a therapist ever gave me. My husband and I were taking marriage counseling 10 years ago, and it was phenomenal. I was like, yes, this is so good. And so Brene Brown, Daring Greatly, you'll get a lot out of that too, and that will also help with this. If there are no further questions, I'm going to stop the recording. Let's see. I stopped that. Let's see if I can stop the recording. I'll pause. Well, anyways, I'm going to stop the recording. And I want you to know that I'm super excited you all are here. I just am. Thanks for coming here. I am feeling really happy having you a part of this. It's going to help me and my family, and I hope that we help you and your family. Have a fantastic